Alright, we're now going to look at a crash zoom. So I'll just play through what you're going to produce. Okay, so I've used the same whoosh sound effect again. You can use different ones. Okay, so first thing to do is import your clip. Drag the clip onto the timeline. It might ask about settings, so you can change the sequence settings so they match your clip. Zoom in on your clip if you need to. Select the clip on the timeline. Okay, move the playhead to where you want the zoom to be. So I'm going to do the zoom when he kind of turns to face the camera. It will zoom in on him, do the crash zoom in on his face. So move the playhead to just before he turns towards the camera. Alright, go up to effect controls. Click on the timer to set position and scale, keyframes position and scale. Then if we move the playhead along, if we use the right arrow key on the keyboard, so press that about 10 times to the right until he's looking at the camera. He's been looking at the camera for a bit. Alright, and then if you increase the scale to the zoom, so we're going to zoom right in, you'll see it automatically creates a keyframe and effect controls there. So zoom right in. We need to adjust the X and Y position just to bring him into the center of the frame. You can just do a quick test of that, scrub the playhead back, press space bar, and there you go, we've got a fairly good zoom in. It's maybe a little bit slow, so then you can just zoom in on the timeline actually in effect controls here to get a close look at that, and you just have a go at maybe adjusting the keyframes here. So I can select the second set of keyframes and move them in a bit to speed up the zoom. Play that, that's a bit better. So again, it's just that fine tuning that really makes the difference. I'm going to set an ease in as well, so the zoom speeds up. So if I right click across the first keyframes, drag across them, right click, set temporal interpolation, and select ease in. So it'll start slowly and then speed up. Have a look at that. Yeah, okay, so again, just that tweaking. Okay, you can also have a little play with some other effects. So we can go into effects and search for warp stabilizer. You can search for that. You can drag that onto the clip. And that basically stabilizes any kind of jittery footage. Then we can maybe play with the position of the camera a bit. So if we're after a kind of crash zoom like the Quentin Tarantino style, we want that kind of slightly handheld effect. So we're going to change the position a bit, but then warp stabilizer will kind of smooth things out a bit. So I'm just going to, again, this is just sort of really experimenting. Now you might find also when you apply warp stabilizer that it does change the position of the footage a bit. So I want to bring him back into the center of the frame on that final keyframe. Alright, just check that, so that's okay again. But then I'm going to put in a bit of kind of camera shake, artificial camera shake in between that. So I'm going to just move the position a bit, maybe off to the right. I could add a bit of rotation as well. I'm just going to set the rotation at the beginning of this to normal, first of all, 0 degrees, and then I can go in and sort of change it a bit at various points. So I'm just going to rotate a tiny bit. So the final thing is to bring in our sound effect now. I'm going to use the same one we've used for the whip pans, but again you can find your own, and then again it's just, I mean, it's visually just moving the waveform here so it kind of aligns with the zoom, and then again it's testing and adjusting. Okay, and there we've basically got our crash zoom. It's sometimes called a snap zoom as well.